June 29th, 1998, Banjo-Kazooie was released for the N64 by the company Rareware, previously known for the Donkey Kong Country and Battletoad games. Banjo-Kazooie is considered one of the best games of all time by many. Skip to the year 2000 and Rareware releases the long-awaited sequel to Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie. While it's not put on the same pedestal as the original game, it's still beloved by many. But then, there's a speed bump. Rareware was purchased by Microsoft, who was infamous for buying studios and never using them. But then, skip to 2007, Microsoft released Banjo-Tooie, the game everybody wanted. Nah, just kidding. It's actually a game where you drive cars around a wasteland devoid of any character for 13 hours and actually play the game everyone wanted for one. It was looking grim for Banjo fans, until 2014 when some of the developers of the original Banjo-Kazooie on the N64 started a Kickstarter called Yooka-Laylee, which promised to be a game that's a spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie. This game was released in 2017 and it was... Okay, hear me out. I mean, the game has some great aspects. These worlds feel straight out of Banjo, at least in concept. There are occasionally some great platforming sections, especially in the first world. While there are some bad pages in this world, I still had fun collecting around 20 out of the 25 pages in this world. Plus, you have some great character designs. I mean, Yooka and Laylee are great replacements for Banjo and Kazooie. Trowser is a snake with pants. Then you have Rextro64, which is an arcade-themed T-Rex. There are some great character designs in here, but everything else is just... Rextro these arcade games. I mean, a cool concept, but it gets absolutely wasted by how mediocre and unfun these games are to play. There's an incredible lack of atmosphere in the game. The music, while sometimes beautiful, other times it can sound like someone just banged their head in an accordion and hoped for the best results. As I mentioned before, there are characters like Yooka-Laylee, Rextro, and Trowser, which feel like great character designs, but on the other hand, there are character designs like Refrigerator with a do-rag, Pig that's as fat as me. These environments are just messy and have so much going on. Most of what's going on just turns out to be bad platforming sections or infuriating time trial sections, but you can tell little time went into designing it. There's a hub world which feels incredibly sprawling. There's these kart sections which just feel like knockoff versions of the Runner. If I wanted to play a mediocre Runner ripoff, I would just play Runner. Okay, let's break out the chart. You got the good worlds, then you got the 3 mediocre worlds, and then you got the why would you put this in the game world. Compare this to A Hat in Time, another Kickstarter 3D platformer that was released in the same year, and every one of these worlds in this game is amazing. It's a great game with so many highs and so little lows. What I'm trying to get at is that Yooka-Laylee is the Adam Sandler of 3D platformers. Now, Playtonic realized the only way to turn this around was to turn it into a 2D game. Now remember what happened with Bubsy 3D when they turned it into a 2D game? It became 5% better. But the odd thing is, Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair is legitimately good. I mean, it's not Banjo levels of good, but it still is good. The game, instead of going back to the Banjo era, goes back a few years earlier to the Donkey Kong Country era and actually does those games justice. At least in the gameplay department. Most of these levels are really well designed and played beautifully. You have these nice environments where almost every level feels different. Some really cool ideas and concepts can be found in these levels. I very rarely found myself bored of these levels. There's also these B-side levels which usually have a similar layout to the original level. These B-side levels vary from extending the original stage to flipping the stage around to make it backwards or upside down. These B-side levels can usually be unlocked by completing the challenge in the overworld, which transitions into my next appraisal, the overworld. You travel from book to book completing different challenges, and while not every challenge is a winner, I mean there are some that you have no idea how to do them. Still, these levels put a good enigmatic element to go alongside the 2D platforming sections. The art style is goofy and fits the over-the-top world. We have classic characters back like Trowser and Do-Rag Fridge. The music is mostly majestic and fits the scenarios. I mean, this OST reminds me a lot of Donkey Kong Country. The collectibles, mostly filled, are meticulously placed and fun to unlock. And while I do have a depth perception issue with most 2D platformers, I really didn't have that with this game. But I do have some gripes with this game. I mean, it does suffer from smaller issues like a forgettable story and occasionally a level I just wanted to end, but there are 2 main problems I play with this game. The first one is the lack of atmosphere. Set pieces and enemies don't frequently match up with their environments, like Red Blaze being in a snow world or the same enemy appearing over and over again. But the problem is minor in the face of this one. The Impossible Lair. This atrocity. This 5-year-old made Mario Maker level. The problem with the Impossible Lair is it's near impossible. I mean, I get it, it's the name, it's not supposed to be easy, but I feel like it's too difficult. And I'm not one to complain about difficulty. I mean, Sekiro is one of my favorite games of the year, but this just feels unfair. I've had like 30 hours in this game, but the Impossible Lair took me around 20 of those. I mean, this can be attributed to 3 factors. 1, I'm just bad at video games. 2, I kept restarting it if I lost 1 HP, so in hindsight I probably lost around 10 hours of progress by doing that. And 3, the level is just stupid. The game starts you in the impossible lair, which is a novel and pretty cool concept, and it's something I really like. I love having this freedom in games to do whatever you want whenever you want it. You can go and take on the challenge anytime you like, but you can get these bees by beating each level. Each one will increase how much HP you have in the impossible lair. In my playthrough, I collected 36 out of the total 48 bees in this game. I beat 20 of the main levels, 12 of the B-sides, and got 4 via secret paths to bees in the overworld. Now, with 36 HP, you'd think it would be a cakewalk, but still incredibly frustrating. Despite how much difficulty I have with it, a good player can knock this level out in 3 to 4 hours. I'm giving this game a 6 out of 10, and I'm incredibly surprised when I played Tronic. I think they can really make something special if they continue improving on this formula. You know, that is, they bring Durag Fridge back.